Yo, it's your boy DZ, man. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button on this video. And share this video. Hey, man. Channel's growing. Appreciate all the support. Hit the like button, man. Subscribe to the channel and share this video. Hey, Benzino did an interview with Tasha K, man. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about somebody else breaking their silence on Diddy. And then we're going to also talk about Draymond, man, how he's just very disrespectful and the right person ain't checking yet, you know. And when people don't get checked by the right people, they continue to display the same behavior. So, but Benzino, man, you know, he talks on here about how his relationship with his daughter is. And, you know, somebody made up an IG page and it wasn't him that was saying negative things like they were talking to his daughter. And it wasn't him, and he wanted to get up with the person so he can try to recover the page, but he never did, and he was saying that's not him. And, you know, some of the things like as a dad, when you're dealing with a daughter and you're dealing with a son, you might not want your daughter to do the same things as you are right with your son doing, because you look at it like it's your daughter and you don't want her to be involved in the same things like you would be okay with your son. And, you know, his daughter makes different kind of music that, you know, is kind of provocative, you know, in certain sense. But, you know, she is more caring in the way she carries herself. So she's not just like out there like some of the new artists are. So you can't look at her like that. But she definitely says some slick stuff. And, you know, as him being her dad, you know, it registered with him a different way than it does with his son talking about like sexual things with girls, as in when she's talking about sexual things. So, you know, he felt some tight way about it. And I'm going to play a little clip from the Tasha K interview, you know, him talking about it and how he feels about it. And, you know, I guess, you know, they mended their relationship. You know, people go through things in all relationships. You know, some things are more severe than others. Some people's situations are, you know, public and some are not. And, you know, he's a public figure, so his situation is going to be a lot more public, and people are going to judge it differently because they got a different outlook on people that's public. You know, you supposed to be a saint or handle yourself, whereas though you can't make no mistakes when you're a public figure. But all the people that are not known, it's okay. When everybody has things they go through in life, everybody's been through things, everybody's going through things. That's just a part of life. You know, nobody's living through life whereas though they're not going through things and they're not experiencing things. Everybody doesn't show the things that they go through, but the people that are publicly known, their stuff is on Front Street. So any little thing they go through, somebody's going to talk about it, you know, and going to have their opinion on it, and their situations are more enhanced. When, you know, regular people might go through things that are worse, but it's just like nobody knows but the inside of their family and their friends. And, you know, it really doesn't hold like any value to other people to hear about it. It doesn't interest other people the same way as if somebody that everybody knows. So, you know, he's a dad, and, you know, I'm sure, you know, he cares about his kids, and people go through things, man, you know. But, you know, people recover, you know. That's how life go, man. It's going to be ups and downs in life, all through life. It's ups and downs, man. That's how life go. Ain't nobody's stuff perfect. But everybody want everybody else to be perfect, man. So nobody's going to be perfect, man. That's just how it go. And as you know, as a person that goes through things, you got to understand that you can't care about how somebody else views you. You can't let that change the person you are, because somebody's going to have an opinion about you that you might feel some type of way because they feel that way about you. But you can't let that stop you from doing anything. Because regardless, we all got to leave the earth one day. So anything that anybody's doing that might feel like they're better than somebody else, you can't take it with you. And when you leave, people think that you're judged after you die, but how does people know that? Nobody knows how you're judged after you die. So when people make those statements, I just look at these people. You're going to tell me what's going to happen to me after I die, and you don't know. So that's just the thing in life. It's like a mental game. Life is like a strong mental game that you got to be able to uphold yourself and understand yourself. And a lot of people living in the world don't know themselves. And some people go their whole life without knowing themselves. You know, they think that they know themselves, but they don't know themselves. And they're trying to live the means of what somebody else feels they should live. Not the way that they think they should live. They're trying to live the means of somebody else and live up to make somebody else look and be proud of them. You got to be proud of yourself. You got to be happy for you. You got to know what you like, because that's the most important person. Nobody else. Nobody in your family. Not your parents, not your kids, anybody. You are the most important person. So you got to value that. Everybody wants to make it look like that you have obligations to make others have certain feelings for you and have others look up to you. No. Because when people run off in their own life, they're worried about themselves. You got to remember that. You know, people go and live their own lives. They're going to be worried about themselves. And a lot of people, when they, growing and going through things, they're going through different situations while they grow. Not everybody's just going to know how to go through life without having those experiences. Everybody has to have different experiences to know what to do. Experience is the teacher. You can read things in a book to learn what you should do and what you shouldn't do, but the experience gives you the knowledge to understand how to go about things. And if you don't have that experience, you can speculate, but hands-on is different. You can read a book on how to ride a bike, but you'll never know how to ride a bike until you get on there and know how to balance yourself. That's the same thing with different issues in life. You can understand how you should handle certain situations and what you think you should do in these situations in life, but if you don't have the experience and the hands-on training, you won't know. You'll think you know. You might be able to deliver the message. You might be able to tell somebody how they should go about it, but you really don't know because you haven't experienced it. Because when you think you know something, right, and then you get involved in something, that experience will be a little different, and sometimes it can be totally different than what you understood it to be. You could have looked at it like, man, I thought it was going to be this way, but then you got involved with it, and the experience was totally different. It wasn't what you thought it was. But you had your mindset that it was going to go in these steps. That's how life is. So you got to know experience is the best teacher. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's going to have different experiences with different situations. Some people might have similar situations, but different experiences. You know, they looked at something one way, and when they got into it, everybody thought it was going to be this way, but this person experienced it this way, and another person experienced it another way, and they have different outlooks on it. That's just how life goes. It's a lot of different things in life, man. And we all going to experience different things, so nothing's going to be the same for people, man. As in your life. Your life is important. You know? And you got to understand that when people need you, and feel that you're obligated to do things for them, they're going to handle you different. They're going to expect different of you. But nobody's obligated to do anything for anybody. It's the design of what we're taught. We're taught that you have to do these things a certain way, or if you don't do these things a certain way, you're looked at a certain way and you're judged this way. And that's what keeps people trying to live up to what other people want them to do. And it keeps people confused on how they should handle themselves. They encourage people to go out and drink every day, right? They promote these liquors on TV, different commercials, different podcasts all across the world. The encouragement is to go drink. But the person that's benefiting from that you going to go drink is the person that's selling the liquor. The user has no benefit. For you to escape reality for those couple minutes or couple hours, you internally kill yourself. Then when your mind is not in a great shape, you go out there and make bad decisions. So when I hear people say about heaven or hell, I look at it like alcohol is hell. You got to understand that. When you poisoning yourself with alcohol and you drinking every day to escape your existence on this earth, that's hell. So I don't look at it like there's no heaven or hell after life. When life is over, in my eyes, it's just over. So enjoy your existence while you're here, because everybody's going to go. Nobody's going to get an extended stay. It doesn't work like that, you know? But yeah, check out Benzino. He's here talking with Tasha K. And I'm going to let y'all hear a little bit like what Benzino was talking about.
But when it comes to, Corey, I wanted you to clear up something, because we talked about something when you first came in. Mm-hmm. You said that page, I Am Benzino, was saying a lot of things that people thought was you.
Crazy. About
your daughter. Even your daughter thought.
Crazy.
Even Corey thought that was you behind that page.
I know.
And so when we see you, you know, it looks like you going back and forth. They're like, how could a dad...
I went on there immediately and said to Shade Room that it's not my page. And, you know, people still think it's my page. And you know what? I get fed up so much with the internet where I'd be like, let them think then. That's their dumb ass. Now, people have been trying to hit me for, you know, to do business, for money. And they go over there and, you know, they just find me. Like this one dude was like, man, I finally got to your thing. I've been trying to do business with you, trying to get you out here to Delaware and to Baltimore and, you know, do a show and everything. I'm like, man, like, you know what I'm saying? So this dude's been, and women have been in my DM saying this other guy wanted cash apps from them, saying that he was me. And, you know, I reported him when I had my last Instagram. I put it up there, but after a while, it's like, look, if people think that's me, that's the problem of the internet. If you're so indulged in that, then if that's that world that you want, that's how your life is gonna be. You're gonna be like, it's gonna be a lot of falsehoods and that you follow and that you deal with that just doesn't work. You know, that just isn't true. And you should be out in the real world and find out, or at least do your research.
But did that really put like a dent in you and Corey's relationship?
Not that particular situation.
Not that? Okay.
No, you know, I mean, it was
other shit, real life shit.
Listen, I probably, when I was on Love and Hip Hop with other women, that's probably when Corey was like,
I could see that.
I could see that.
My dad was real promiscuous.
I could see
and
that.
I felt like he put women before me.
Did
she feel like that?
I apologized to his mom, you know, to her mom, because I was, you know what I'm saying, like back in the day, I was just a wild boy, and I didn't.
Now, were you with her mom?
Yeah, for
while
9
you
years.
was
for
on
9 years.
Love and Hip Hop too?
No, we had been broke up.
Okay.
But I still know that Corey, being a young lady watching that, still was hard for her. I know it was, and I never ever considered that. And it's funny because any girl that I was with, because I would have Corey 5 months out the year. After she broke up, she was 9, Corey and my other kids, Ray, Taj, her little brother, we'd all be together. Wherever I'm at, Miami, LA, she's coming. Whatever girl I was with at the time, Corey would always grab the girl and I give them, hey, Dad, we're going shopping, whatever. When they get shopping, wherever they would go, she did to Carly Red, she did to Althea, she did to this girl when I was down here named Kitty. She would just go out and then just grill them about questions. And I remember they would always come back and be like, man, your daughter's something else. Boy, she was asking me, and I just was like, you know what I'm saying? She'd always do that with every girl. And I didn't know about it. She would never say nothing.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? I understood she was the only girl. She has 2 older brothers. And then she has, with me, 3 other older brothers. 2 older brothers with her mom. That ain't mine. But I took care of them, too. Yeah. So she had 5 brothers. She's the only girl. And I know it probably was hard. And I had to think about that. I still don't think that I deserve to be called names on the internet, but, she apologized for that. And
hey, listen, man. There should never be an excuse for your child to say anything out of pocket to you. Me, I'm not taking it. No way, shape, or form. You should never get out of pocket with your parents. The child comes out the tip of the man's penis. There's no way that you're going to come out of there and talk slick to me. And as a father, I don't care what the circumstances is. You don't disrespect your parents at all. Your mother, your father. That should be taken real serious. Especially when your parents humped all night to make you. All day, whatever. You don't disrespect your parents in no way, shape, or form. I'm disciplining that from the door. If I can't control it, I ain't got no rap for you. Ain't nothing for us to talk about.
And I know she's sorry, and I apologize to her, whatever it was, and I just want to move forward. Like, it's definitely one of the hardest things I've been through, because I've been through a lot, and this with Coy is hard because I'm now the poster boy for the deadbeat dad, and that shit couldn't be further from the truth. Like I made sure money, time, and everything, as much time as I could spend, but shit, the industry is not too much time. The streets is not too much time. And that's not just for me. That's 75% of the black men in America who got kids.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to talk about it, but I'm getting all the stones for everybody now. And all these little girls who are going through it with their father now, they hate me and they're cheering Coy like, yeah, Coy, because my dad ain't been around. And it's not like that. And that's kind of what I wanted Coy to know. Like, Coy, there are girls out there whose fathers really ain't in their lives. Really ain't.
Can't call them.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing.
They don't even know who
Nothing.
They are.
So
let's not even count all these sperm bank babies that's being birthed now because of this new modern woman thing.
Now, that was a deep statement. There is a lot of kids out there that don't even know who their father is. Never even met him. So, you got to make sure as parents, you don't come in between the relationships with your kids and their father or mother. Don't come in between the relationship because that can damage a lot.
Feminism.
How much they give for sperm?
I don't know.
I make beautiful babies.
I think $100, but here's the thing.
$100?
Zeno, think about it. A baby growing up not knowing who their daddy is.
I'm only playing. It's horrible.
I listen. My dad was in the streets. You see what I'm saying?
We all.
My dad is not a social media nigga. He's in the streets for real.
Everybody's dad was in the streets.
Right. So it's like to me. It's like, and then you wonder, like, I want to see my dad when I'm in the streets, but to grow up not knowing who your dad is, and they all have donuts for dads and dad-daughter field
that's
trip.
That's where the abuse comes in. Abuse comes in from men because they didn't get that protection from their father, and that's a lot of things with Coy. I wanted to understand. It was just the way I was. Like I wasn't. Not that I didn't want to support music, but how can I support music that's talking about the pee and
you're a dad at the end of the day,
and I'm an older dad. I'm an old school dad. Yeah. I'm not the new school dad. Yeah. That's man, it ain't nothing. Yeah, girl. No, and I just want that to be respected. I come from an older generation that just wasn't with that. Now, of course, I had to check myself again. The last 5 years was the last 5 years. It's like checking myself a lot. And my son, who was older, he can rap about pussy and this and that and everything. And I'm not so upset about that. And I had to be like, so I have to train my mind to really understand, look, listen, it's your daughter, but hey, she wants the same respect and the same treatment as my son. And you know what I'm saying? I had to like, you know what I'm saying? Like, understand that she...
You had to separate the business from your personal relationship with your daughter.
And my old school way of thinking, kind of, you know, I got.
I mean, but Foxy Brown and them was rapping about, you know, they pussies and sucking dick and someone look him and that.
Yeah, but it wasn't my daughter.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, my dad is like so old school. He's still street. If I ever have a problem, and I try not to call him, but if I do, he'll make one phone call. And the problem that I have is fixed.
I'm the same way.
That's why people be like,
I'm the same.
Tasha, how you walk these streets? It's my dad. It's my dad.
Listen. Coy knows for a fact, and I'm sure everybody, all my street guys from around the country, not just Boston, because you know I've gotten down. I'm a frontline nigga. Like, she knows that she gets to travel pretty cool and pretty relaxed because everybody, you know, all OGs from a lot of from Chicago, and it's love. Yeah. Because I've taken care of and I've looked out for a lot of niggas. And then when they're not just for money, but if niggas had problems, I was there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? My little ass was I'm one of them front line niggas. Yeah. Like, I don't take no bullshit. And you know, but I'm not a troublemaker. I'm not a bully. But I don't take nothing because that's all I grew up around. Like, death and destruction.
My dad doesn't like what I do. He's like, this is too much. Women ain't... He's old school. He's from the South. Women are not supposed to talk like this. You cussing. You saying all this. What is this?
He's old school like me.
You see what I'm saying? So I understand that. So I never cuss around my dad. Yeah. I tell him, don't watch my show.
Respect.
You know what I'm saying?
That's just respect. And you know what? He's old school, and now you're old school with that. Because... Forget about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not happening. The new generation are cussing in front of their parents, smoking with their parents. You know what I'm saying? Like anything goes. And I get it. And I'm not like, judging nobody. I'm not judging nobody.
Yeah, even my mom, same thing. I had to say excuse me today when I said a cuss word. I said, excuse me, mom, please don't take this offensive. But I was like, she effing did this. And she's like, don't you be cussing around me. I said, I'm so sorry, mom. But, you know, it's just a certain respect that I have.
That's already built in.
And I be telling them, don't watch my show, please.
You know, if this generation could really understand that, then, you know, because you know what kills me is when you see young kids in the comment and they're like, parents just don't, and parents. But I'm just like, we're the reason you're here. We got you. Did you think that when you was one to something that you just got through this by yourself? Like, yo, bro. Like, women, especially women, I have a great deal of respect. Women sacrifice their lives for children. They're with them all the time, school, morning, this, that. Like, so now when you get to 15, 16, and you might be on your own, and now all of a sudden, like, yeah, ma, F you, and this and that. Those first years, without her, there is no you. And it hurts me. It hurts me, and I get frustrated and angry at this generation because they just don't realize what we went through just trying to get them to where they're at.
Hey, listen, man. Kids in today's world, they're quick to disrespect their parents with no regards. They don't care. And a lot of parents want to be their kids' friends before they should be. When your kid is a child, you have to be the parent to the child. You can't be their friend and then try to be their parent, because then it's going to come the time where they're going to disrespect you. They're going to cuss at you. They're going to try you because you established that friendship before you put the boundaries. Like they said, kids smoke weed with their parents, cuss in front of their parents and at their parents. And that's because the relationship that people feel that they gotta have with their kids now is a friend's relationship, not a parent relationship. And it's damaging. And like, I'm old school. I want respect until I die. I'm not taking no disrespect for your existence on this earth. I don't care if you're an adult or whatever. And the kids now feel that when they're teenagers, they're grown enough to talk to you disrespectful. They feel that they can say whatever they want out of their mouth when they have to be checked from a younger age. When they're young, they need to be totally checked and corrected before it gets out of control. You have to establish that line of friendship and parenting with the kid. If you think that you're going to be your kid's friend as they are under 12 to 13 years old, when they become a teenager, they're going to disrespect you. They're going to try you because you didn't establish that line for them to understand that you don't say certain things to me. It's certain things that you do not come out your mouth and say. I don't want to know all the little secrets you have. Keep some of those secrets to yourself. Don't express every secret you have with me feeling that you can just tell me anything, because then they get comfortable and want to come out their mouth and just say anything. And a lot of parents don't understand that are coming up now. They feel that I got to be my child's friend. I got to be friends with my kid, and then when they start to disrespect them, they don't turn it back around. They don't feel the value of showing you respect anymore because they lost it for you. You didn't gain that ground with your child for them to understand. And that's what's going on with today's kids. All the kids feel that they can say whatever they want to their parents. They think they're grown before they're grown. When you had to raise the kid all the way from when the kid couldn't talk, teach the kid how to walk, teach the kid how to read, how to write, and then they get an age where they get around other kids that might not have the same structure and they want to follow that. So parents got to learn to keep that structure with the kids, because if not, the kids are going to disrespect you, man. They don't really value a lot of things, man. They're following other kids that have no respect, and then they doing the same exact thing. And you gotta put your foot down, man. If you don't put your foot down, when the kids get a teenager, they are gonna try you. And there's kids out here that'll put their hands on their parents. So you gotta establish that. If you don't, you will regret it. You know? And that's like for real. You know what I mean? So I see it a lot different, man. You know what I mean? I'm old school, and if a kid's not respecting me, I'm going to stand out the way, because I feel that discipline needs to be done if a kid doesn't know how to respect. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of kids get straight out of control, man. And it's sad, man. It's definitely sad in today's world. Kids have no respect. And a lot of kids, and I want to say this too, a lot of kids, they're watching the parents. Now, when you're home with your kids and you're in the house and you're on the phone and you think that your kids are not paying attention to you, they're paying attention to you. When you think that you're in the other room and you might be arguing with someone on the phone and you're saying just the most total out of control stuff, the kids are picking that up. And when they go out into the street, they're mimicking that. They're following behind you. They see everything you do, because your kids, and this is for girls that follow their mother and for little boys that follow their fathers. They want to be like you. They're going to take on their own traits and do the things they want to do, but initially they want to be like you. So when they go out in the streets, if they're watching you be disrespectful to everybody, that's going to be their deliverance when they go out in the street. That's just how it is, man. So parents definitely got to pay attention to that. Because if they don't, then your kids is going to be disrespectful. You know? And, you know, I'm going to move on from that, man. This how life goes, man. I'm going to definitely move on from that. And I'm going to show this thing on there with Draymond, man. He definitely went out of control and hit the player upside the head, man. I'm trying to find that Draymond suspension. All right, let me see. Hold up. Yeah, I want to play that little clip I had seen. Yeah. Let me see here.
The NBA has made a ruling in wake of Draymond Green's ejection in the Suns game last night. Green suspended indefinitely. That's going to cost him $154,000 a game. If it's more than 20 games, it goes up to $203,000. He's already been ejected twice this year, suspended once this season. But after Green dropped Yusuf Nurkic last night, this is going to be a while.
I hit him. So I do apologize to him, and I didn't intend to hit him. So I think you guys have known me long enough. If I intended to do something, I'm not apologizing for it.
Here's the play. Draymond flailed his arm and collided with Nurkic's face. Green said he was trying to draw a foul, and now an indefinite suspension. Green will need to undergo counseling and meet with the league before he is cleared to return.
Of course, I need to be there for us to win. I understand that, which is why I haven't been arguing with Ruff since I've been back. I haven't done any of those things because I do understand that. You know, I haven't gotten into it with any players since I've been back because I do understand that. Unfortunately, bad luck. Trying to draw a foul and I made contact with him. But this ain't those same things.
Man, he was totally disrespectful, man. I ain't even gonna hold you, man. He was totally disrespectful, man. Ain't no way drawing the foul caused you to smack the man in the head, man. There's no way, man. And it's like, that's because the right person hasn't checked him on that, man. You just like, you don't take it that far in the game. And I'm sure he's done a lot of different things, but to continue to do it, I'm sure it's people that's in the league wishing he would do that to them because it would be a different story. And maybe he's picking and choosing the different people that he does this to. Maybe that's what he's doing. He's picking and choosing the different people that he feels that he can get away with this with. Because I'm sure if he does this to the right person, somebody's going to check him on that, man. Straight violation, man. And just like without a care, you know what I'm saying? Total disrespectful, man.
Downs tonight, Andrea Nakano was actually up in the North Bay talking to fans and asking them, are you still with Draymond?
Even before the indefinite suspension came down, Draymond Green's ejection during the Suns game was a hot topic of conversation among Warrior fans. Many fans say they can't sweep this under the rug anymore and say it's Draymond being Draymond again.
The Motta brothers were enjoying food and drinks at Osceolos in downtown Santa Rosa. They watched that video of Draymond Green striking Yusuf Nurkic several times.
That was the tipping nail in the coffin for me.
Vincent Motta says it's hard to believe the blow wasn't intentional.
You oversold it, exaggerating like completely. You could have fallen forward. You could have done anything else, but that 360 haymaker, just no.
Draymond Green has been called the heartbeat of the team, the player that provides the physicality and energy on defense. He hasn't provided that spark consistently this season.
I didn't really mind his behavior when he was playing well, right? But the thing is he hasn't been playing well for quite a while.
Which leads some fans to contemplate the unthinkable.
He had many opportunities. He keeps blowing it. So, he talks a lot of talk, but lately he hasn't been backing it up. So if he can't back it up, then, I'm sorry. I love the guy, but it's time to move on.
There is always hope that Green will return from his suspension, this time as a changed man. Fans say it's still early enough in the season for the Dubs to turn it around.
They have the second half to go, so we'll see. It's Bay Area sports. That's all I can say. Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means you have to wait till the end,
Okay, as for people online, aside from the flood of wrestling gifs with Draymond's face on them, Jeff posted on X a lot of Draymond Green defenders being silent tonight. Maybe they're sleeping, or maybe they finally woke up. Autry wrote, the Warriors organization's inability to discipline and control Draymond Green within their own locker room should be the story. Finally, this person wrote, Warriors also built a 3-time championship-level defense centered around Draymond Green. Let's not discount that.
Yeah, violation, man.
How do you react to this video?
Hey man, listen. I know what Dre doing. He's taking care of these Euros one at a time. You know what I mean, Dre? I can't, Dre. The media is trying to push these Euros on us, baby, and you choking and slapping them back. I get it, baby. Do your thing.
He only did it to 2.
Yeah, he got about 6, 7 more. He got more games.
This is the third.
He ain't doing it to Giannis.
Sabonis technically American, but Lithuanian as well.
This is the third one.
Nah, listen.
I mean, it's whatever.
It's no matter how we try to defend them.
I told y'all, Shorty want to be a thug. He's the bad kid that's just always doing bad
Hey,
shit.
listen, I'm trying. Give me something to work with. Hey, close your eyes next time, Dre. That man looked him right in his eyes.
He'll be on his way, be like, man, I got to talk about this nigga today. I got nothing.
Hey, man,
I got nothing to back me up today. Like, what was he doing?
Hey, look, you see, I got one line. I'm like, hey, Dre, if I'm your lawyer, I'm going to be out there like with John Moran. Just pass me the ball. Look how soft he passed that ball.
He's soft as a pillow. That's it.
They had John Moran for it, man.
Was it a bounce pass? Was it a
chest pass?
You can bounce it or chest,
What more do you want from Dre, man?
No, man, I think honestly, they got to figure out what they going to do Golden State overall. Mike Dunleavy, man, he got to get ruthless, man.
It's been 6 games, Brandon.
I think we see why Bob Myers said, "Fuck this, I'm going to ESPN."
Bro, when Bob Myers
Dre been back
went down,
6
bro,
games,
that was a sign, bro.
Yeah, it was a sign.
So, but Golden State, they got bigger problems than that. Like, they got to figure out what they gonna do.
Did Nurk flop even a little bit, or was that was the full force of?
No, he got hit.
You didn't watch it? You didn't watch it?
No, I watched it in real time.
Trying to take up for him too?
No, I'm
just your homie.
No, look, nobody wants to see the Warriors dynasty downfall more than me.
Niggas out the milk and cookies and shit?
Nobody wants to see the Dubs downfall more than me, but I want it to be done fair and square.
It's not a downfall. It's a one-person. It's a one-person job. This is an inside job.
He connected. Get off, like you said, get off my head.
Man, what we really talking about? He hitting third options, man. Why we care? He hitting third options, man. He hit Rudy. Nobody cared, man.
But
he hit Nurkic. Nobody.
He's playing well.
When you take Draymond out the game, though, you get rid of your third option.
It hurts.
They're already down. KD's not playing.
Forget Golden State. Y'all done, right? We're not worried about that.
No, for sure. I agree. Until they make a trade.
Steve is USA coach, right? Mm-hmm. Draymond. Oh, Draymond got to make this team now.
Unleash him?
Yeah, hey, you got a problem with a Euro? Draymond, sub, boom.
But he getting red carded right away.
Like a pit bull off the leash. Everybody being there, motherfucker, like, oh, shit.
Hey, yo, when can you start trading?
I think you can start
like a couple days.
No, 15th, December 15th. A lot of guys who signed extensions this summer are eligible.
Hey, yo, do you think Draymond's still gonna be on the Golden State Warriors for the rest of the year?
No.
Him and Clay?
Gone, both of them. Out of here. Zach LaVine, bring your ass over here.
I don't know.
DeMar, both of y'all.
Nah, man, we need to.
Both of y'all come out here.
I hope you see them both like ending the season with Golden State, Clay and Dre.
That's gonna have to be a Curry call right there. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all.
That
ain't no Dunleavy call. That's a Curry call.
Got that backpack on.
There's only one man. There's only one man.
Something has to get done, right? So something has to get done.
No, I think Warriors ride this out, okay?
You want that.
Did y'all watch the game last night? Y'all watched the game last night, right? It looked bad.
Ride it out, though.
Was it a hit?
They'll figure it out.
No, just the way Steph had to carry the team. Like, it's just, like, depending on him.
Clay, Draymond, and CP3, they won't finish the season with Golden State.
Oh, CP might, but it's like the way he even playing out there with them, it don't fit.
Bro, you got to ride this out, okay? This team got you 4 championships.
I mean, you got...
We believe, remember? We still believe, guys. Do it.
We're just having a down. I mean, it's just a down year. Too many moving pieces.
It's rebuilding time.
But it's a second down year.
So let's talk Dre just a little bit more. After suspending Draymond for 5 games for the Gobert choke, the league said his prior offenses increased the severity of the punishment. In the past 14 months, Draymond has punched his former teammate Jordan Poole, stomped on Sabonis' chest, choked out Gobert, and now smacked the shit out of Nurk.
Get him.
So the highlight reel is fluid, but as of now, here are some.
Harris, watch out.
Here are some of Draymond's career greatest hits.
King can get it.
I forgot about the dick punch. Boop.
Ow. Damn, what's up, bro?
We also got
you all right?
Trampoline on Sabonis' chest. Natural motion on Steven Adams.
Hey,
to the
I ain't even had a ball. Okay, watch out.
All in James Harden's beard.
Watch out. Watch out. Okay, look. Now, I ain't mean to do that.
Try to take out Kawhi.
Come here.
You're trying to help him up while throwing him down.
Come here. Come on, man.
Yeah. Stop. AD back in the day. And they both clutch guys.
Don't you owe me money?
Hey, yo, that looks like that Dennis.
Come here. Get off me, bro. God.
Ref right there.
Now come here.
Austin Rivers.
Oh, your sister, boy.
Straight to the 360s. Aaron Gordon.
Whoa. What you say about my... Hey.
Even LeBron. So anybody can get it.
Ow.
Mexicans, Dominicans, Americans.
Dang, did he just kick?
Bosnians.
Come on. Hey, watch out.
Damn, he fucked.
There's a lot of clutch dudes in this highlight reel getting it.
Hey,
last but not least,
wow.
The Nurk smack.
Come on, Rudy, come here.
Suck that blue.
Told you to pass the.
But didn't put him to sleep though.
Give me the aux cord, nigga.
So somewhere Rasheed Wallace.
Hey, Dre. Yeah.
So we had Rasheed on the couch last week.
Jerry.
Rasheed said this is the 04 Pistons' fault for being a negative influence on Draymond. Draymond is inching ever so closer to Rasheed's career ejection records, which Rasheed fully supports. But in this latest situation, he got 5 games for the Gobert choke. Obviously, we never want to hate on another man or their money, but do you expect the league to give Draymond a lengthy suspension for this incident?
Of course.
Look, clothesline, 2 to 5 games.
No way.
Way more.
He did 5 games, came back for 6.
110.
10 games for that?
Yeah, that's for that.
Nah, he got 10 for 5 for this. This one was like, it was in play, so it was kind of like a
10 them.
Nah, no way.
10 them.
10 games? Hell no. I mean, if you give me 10 games, just suspend me for the whole year then.
Look, you just got out of jail. You just got out of jail. You just got out of jail. You went down to the bar, and then you knocked the nigga out and you went back to jail.
But I just explained what happened.
What we doing?
I just explained what happened.
Okay, don't matter. You in jail.
What I'm saying is...
The other one was obvious. Like, the other one was obvious.
How do you justify it?
Yeah.
How do you go back up to the judge and the judge not saying, so you back again?
No, what I'm saying is
it ain't even been 2 weeks.
But how do you justify... But what I'm saying is, if the choke around the world, you held it for 2-3 minutes, got you 5 games, How do you say this is 10?
Right.
Because he punched the nigga.
He was holding my hip, and I
don't want to hear all that.
No, but I'm saying that's a better.
You went from choking the nigga to punching the nigga.
Right?
You went from choking the nigga to punching the nigga.
It was more of a smudge. It was more of a smudge. It was a smudge.
Yeah, but he blatantly choked him. Like this one was like,
Put your hand up on my hip.
I would say it's less. It's a less of infraction, right? Just because of what it is. What I'm saying is more because it's consecutive. Back to back, like 6 games. Bro. 6 games later, you back here again?
Yeah.
10 games?
Let's do a bit of that badass Draymond. Where's Draymond's mom at?
What?
Draymond.
And he can't justify 1.6 million. That ain't worth that hit's not worth 1.6 million.
10 games. That hit? Crazy. You might as well just.
He lost for 5 games.
What is?
5 games is 5 games is 800,000.
What is worth 1.6? What is?
Huh?
What is worth it?
That's a straight one of those 1970, 80s brawl.
You got to
like,
go
he would have just
razor
turned
blade under the tongue.
Like just open handed, yeah. But this was like.
I mean, what did you say? 3 games?
It's like 2
2 or 3.
2 to 5.
So then after these 3 games,
3.
He do 3. After these 3, he come back. Here we go again.
Yeah. Hey, the most I ain't gonna lie. Let's just be real. This is the most exciting thing that's going on in Golden State right now. I mean, let's just be honest.
It is entertaining. I will say that.
But did y'all see the bench react when he did it? Like they didn't. No one moved.
Trey Jackson Davis was like,
everybody.
Steve Kerr, everybody just sat there like.
Like they know.
Shit. Oh shit. They didn't even see if the nigga was okay or not. No one moved to even see if Nurkic was
like,
okay.
hey, man.
They're just like, oh shit, he got him. He got him. He said he was gonna get him.
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
He made sense too, though. Remember he said, because you know there's a rule against flopping. You get fined for flopping, right? And he's like, I can't flop. I can't flop, so I got to flop my hands and my arms. Just next time, close your eyes, Draymond.
I mean, 2 to 3 games.
He apologized.
Yeah, apologize.
That's what I'm saying. 2 to 3.
It's a different type of flagrant foul, I think.
Hey, man, I don't care if he apologized or not, man. He just violated the man. So, I think he going to get a 10-game suspension for that. Especially when he just had a 5-game suspension. So, I think he's going to end up getting a 10-game suspension. Yeah. Went out of control, man. He definitely went out of control with that one. All the way. Yeah, he went out of control. Hey, man, we're gonna talk about Diddy, man. Somebody, I guess then came forward. Somebody else, it's like more and more coming out about Diddy. He definitely, he got more and more going on. Let me see. Tisha tells. She go in. She go all the way. She don't play no games. She been on Diddy's helmet for about a couple months straight.
This is part of the conversation that we're all publicly getting to. Anyway, let's get into this. Hold on. Let me just rewind it. Okay. Y'all ready? Sound up, everybody. Let's go. Okay, let's go.
I had settlement with Sean, okay? And he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts. It's his attorneys, which are Mark Garagos and...
Really quick, not to interrupt, just to let you guys know, he's opening up saying that he had a settlement with Sean. Sean, he calls him Diddy, he calls him Puffy, okay? And he's talking about the settlement. I should have queued that up, right? But let's go again, okay?
All the contracts. It's his attorneys, which are Mark Garagos and Ben Mercedes.
Okay, listen, I'm about to tell y'all who this is. Can we just please have a little bit of drama? Just listen. Now, first thing he said, his attorneys, Mark Garagos and Ben Mercedes, okay? He says that he settled with them. Again, this is all around 2014. P. Diddy was freed from felony charges. This was in 2015. Upon learning the DA's decision, Diddy's lawyer, Mark Garrigo, said in the statement, "We're thankful that the district attorney rejected," right? There's more linking Diddy to Mark Garrigo's, okay? I'm going to take prosecutors won't pursue felony charges against Sean Diddy Combs, right? They said criminal charges should have never been brought. We're thankful that the district attorney regretted. As you guys know, there's been a long history. You guys just rock with me. This is all going to come together, okay? As you guys know, there's been a really, really long history with Diddy doing mess and getting away with it, almost like there's no charges. He's actually seemed untouchable. The most notable was, one, when he did the H-Town stomp on Drake's face outside a club Story, I believe in 2014, Drake had to go to the hospital. That's how bad it was. Let's also not forget the other thing that Mark Garrigos actually defended him in. Prosecutors won't pursue felony charges against Sean Diddy Combs. Let's not forget that he tried to crack open Justin's football coach's head at UCLA with a kettlebell, all because he didn't like the way the coach was talking to Justin in practice. When charges were filed, let's not forget that the DA, right? Let's not forget that the DA chose not to press charges because his good old attorney that this man just talked to was Mark Garrigos. But let's continue. Turn the sound up, y'all. We are going somewhere, and I swear to God, when we get to the end of this, you're going to feel like you just sat through watching The Sixth Sense with Bruce Willis for the first time. When I tell you there is an MF plot twist that y'all don't see coming, there's a plot twist you don't see coming.
She goes
Hold on.
super hard.
Okay.
So let me tell you 3 reasons why these are so amazing.
She goes super, super hard. Word.
Ben Mercedes worked for Bad Boy Entertainment for 4 years and worked for Hillary Rodman for 5. Okay? When I take Sean the threat of death on me, okay? I don't have it, but I can make it available under secrecy. That means that I wouldn't be liable because I don't want to be getting framed for anything, okay? Right. I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a slave, okay? For them, that's what I was. That's all.
Okay, so just to let you guys know, the audio does jump. I'm going to put the full link to this video in my description box, the full uncut link after this live. You hear the video jump, but that's because he says, right? In case you missed that, he just claimed that he was a blank slave for Diddy. Now, I cut out blank slave because you know YouTube is one of my biggest haters, right? The algorithm be like, that ain't PG-13, right? He literally said, he claimed that he was a blank slave for Diddy and Cassie, and that Diddy would diddle himself, right? While instructing him on what to do with Cassie, okay? And while he was doing that,
I called herpes, and I came back and I sued him for the herpes and won. But did Mark Garrigos and Ben Mercedes were his attorneys, okay? And Christopher Leon's here was my attorney. They asked me to turn in that, which was the video recording, and I did so.
Okay, so slow it down. You guys can rewind it, okay? Just in case you're not following this. He says that he had a settlement with Diddy. He says that he can produce the tape if they want because it's secret. And because they have a settlement, he's not allowed to talk about it. Okay, the settlement laws and NDAs have changed, but back then, if you spoke about it, they could sue you. You had to go back. He said that he's kept tapes, right? There was one recording in particular. Diddy paid him to have blank with him and Cassie, right? I know you think you know where this is going. He looks crazy because he went insane. I'm going to tell you all the backstory to that, but also the plot twist. But I just want to make sure you guys are following this, okay? He would have blank with Diddy and Cassie. This guy is not a fake. He's not a fraud. At least in my opinion, I'm going to tell y'all why. Y'all going to see the receipts. He said that Diddy would diddle with himself, right? While he was telling the guy what to do with Cassie, right? And then he would, Diddy would be on the phone conducting business while it happens. Now, I'm going to wait to tell you this guy's name, but I do want to let you know that he worked for a very, very, very popular escort service in the South Florida, Miami area. I'm going to tell you the name of the escort service in a minute, but he worked there, okay? He was driven crazy, all right? I know this ain't his best day, but he was driven crazy. We're about to put this back on because there's more. That escort agency was known for being paid to have blank relations with women while the men watched. This guy was 100% known for working with them. He says it to the police in the investigation. This is a videotape confession, by the way. Didn't I tell y'all that he got driven crazy? This is a videotaped confession. I know y'all think y'all know where it's going, but it's going someplace even better, okay? I can't wait for the plot twist. I know I got to get to it, but this plot twist is going to be so good. Even when I saw the plot twist, I was like, my heart jumped, okay? So again, this guy has seen better days, but this is a police confession from him being driven crazy. Listen to what he says about Diddy, Cassie, Mark Garagos. So now he's telling them what he was supposed to do. He's saying, he's going to say how many times it was taped, and Mark Garagos and Diddy paid him to settle. I got receipts, how much they paid him to settle, but also about this tape, right? They're looking for this tape. And he's talking about how they're trying to get to it. Hold on. This is an actual police interrogation, confession. It actually is, he confessed, but it's interrogation. I'll tell you what he's being interrogated for. All right? Didn't I tell you this mofo was driven crazy? Hold on.
They gave it back to me accidentally, and it's possible, I threw everything out, it's possible I can produce a copy.
Gotcha.
It's possible. I'm not sure.
Yeah, T said know it all. She be getting that information on Diddy. Heavy.
I put blinks in here.
Now, tell me though, how all of that led up to Thursday night, Friday morning.
Well, I've been trying. My settlement put me in a box. Basically, I couldn't talk because otherwise I'll be sued. So I let it be, but they've been following me, and they've had, Mark Garagos has had the FBI on me, has had other agencies looking at me and spying on me, okay, because they want to set me up as an extortionist, like if I was extorting Sean for money. It's wrong. Basically what happened is Diddy and Ross, which they're good buddies, okay, they're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And Khaled.
Listen to what the tea he's spilling. Hold on. Just listen to the tea and then I'll explain how it works together. Listen to this. He just name checked Diddy, Rick Ross, and DJ Khaled. Hold on.
They're all gay. Okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Now, you know I had to go. This is around the time that Diddy was in the Miami area. You know I had to get pictures. Now, I'm not saying that Diddy was Ricky's Ross. I am saying these pictures exist and I just wanted everybody to see them. Okay? That was just a little something I threw in there, you know? Listen, looks friendly to me. Listen, sharing is caring. Okay, we're gonna get back into the interview.
The Ciroc agenda, okay, is basically binge drinking poured out on a yacht. They promote binge drinking and drugs.
So he's talking about the Ciroc experience. Keep in mind when you listen to this, what Mark Curry said, right? What Mark Curry said, what a lot of people have said, they had different bottles for the people that were partying and the people that weren't. For the party favors and for the people enjoying the party favors. And I'm talking about the humans they bought as party favors. He calls this a Ciroc experience. He said that it always happened on a yacht. They promoted liquor and they promoted illicit substance. Let's keep going.
Gotcha. The hip hop agenda, basically what happens is the following. The hip hop agenda is an agenda to move drugs all over the United States. They move, you need to inform the DEA. They move all the dope, okay, all the dope on private jets, which don't get screened by
customs,
by DEA inside the United States. Okay, they move what's called high grade powdered MA. They move cocaine and they move liquid cocaine in the bottles too. Okay, so they put the liquid cocaine in the bottles and they move it.
All right, pause. Again, I'm going to put the full interview in there. This isn't like Frankenstein. I'm just bleeping out the words that I know YouTube is going to probably pull this live down if they hear me see. He said that the hip hop agenda is they put liquid powdered sugar, please figure it out, right? And also Molly. He's saying MDMA. Now, they put that in bottles and the other stuff they put on private jets. And he's saying that with Diddy, what they did is in the bottles, put in liquid, move that in big shipments, and also pack private jets with MD and all this other stuff because they know that they can get past customs and they can get past the airport, right? Now, just to let you guys know, all of this happening was between 2012, 2014. I did a little research and we can place Diddy at the scene. Rick Ross and Sean Diddy Combs attend Sean Diddy's Ciroc New Year's Eve party at his home on December 31st, 2013 in Miami Beach. Just to let you know, that was the same party that Diddy allegedly Diddy-bopped all over Drake's face. They said it was because Drake was trying to talk to Cassie. Then later on, they found out that Diddy just felt disrespected because they were performing and Drake dropped his mic that wasn't working on the floor and grabbed Diddy's mic out of his hand. And he was like doing this and Diddy felt so disrespected. Again, this is what the streets are saying, right? But it's in blogs too. Diddy felt so disrespected that he, when he saw Drake again, in Miami, I believe it was at Story in Miami, or it might have been at Live in the Fountain Blue in Miami. He literally went in, punched Drake straight in his face at least 3 times. It was so bad, Drake had to go to the hospital. No charges, nothing. It was swept under the rug. I say this because it actually comes back into play in the story later, so I just want you guys to pay attention to this. We are placing him at the scene of the crime. Again, 2014, Diddy hosts Ciroc, the New Year 2014, at his private Miami estate. Okay, let's all not forget he was traveling back and forth by private jet. June 19, 2014, Mace and Diddy were at Story. I'm bringing up all this to show that Diddy was basically living in Florida between the years of 2012, 2014, where this man, I will give his name, is alleging that all this happened. But the plot twist isn't here yet, right? Again, Diddy 2012, live in Miami. This is where he actually started moving distribution for his liquor company, Ciroc, and it was moving all across the country. It blew up very quickly, even though people said, I've never seen Ciroc in my bar. Why do I bring this up? because this guy is alleging, and I will give you all his credentials later, he is alleging that Diddy actually used Ciroc as a front to move money, NBA, liquid coca. Listen, you heard it, right? Also, this is Diddy himself doing advertising. Again, Ciroc's value and the money it got went sky high super quickly, even though it wasn't even in any local bars. Again, I'm not saying it's season 1 of the Ozarks, but I wouldn't be surprised as it was.
I seen the liquor coke. I drank it myself, having sex with Diddy and Cassie.
Oh, I forgot.
Okay.
This is a good one. Hold on. Okay. So he's about to say, I videotaped myself having blank with Diddy and Cassie. That's the intro. Let's go. He's about to get into it. I don't want to overtalk him. Let's go.
I seen the liquor coke. I drank it myself, having sex with Diddy and Cassie. Okay, it's not good. He drinks it all the time. All right, he calls it GG, but it's liquid cocaine.
I get all of it.
You're gonna need an internet so I can show you. If I show you the website, you're just gonna go like, oh.
There's never been a.
Tisa knows it all. She be doing her research, man. That she do.
Now, he said, I videoed myself having blank with Diddy and Cassie, right? I know for a fact it's in those bottles because I drank it while I was having blank with Diddy and Cassie, the liquid blank. And he said, Sean, that's what he calls him, drinks it too. And he drinks it while we have blank, but he's not good because he drinks too much. Now, just to let you know, these is paragraphs 57 and 58 from Cassie's lawsuit. This is also in the early years. She is starting from 2008, moving throughout the bulk of her relationship with Diddy. She actually said in this, again, it has not been independently verified. This is just Cassie giving her version of events. Diddy has maintained his innocence. None of this has been proven in court, but since it hasn't been proven in court, I have it upon information and belief based on the police interrogation, Cassie's report, talking to numerous sources, and also blogs that I pieced together from 2001 all the way up to 2018, that upon information and belief that I should actually share this with you. Cassie, in paragraphs 57 and 58 of her complaint, if you don't remember, said, compounding this all-encompassing intrusion into her life, Mr. Combs, that is Diddy, secured his control over the young and impressionable Mrs. Ventura by introducing her to a illicit substance-fueled lifestyle that kept her complacent and compliant. Now, we all know, we don't all know. I had to Google it, right? This purple, let's fall down with this yerple. Okay, right? We have all known from our Google searches that liquid coca keeps it, which is what they call scissor, right? This yerple, I gotta stay fly. They call me the bed. Who want to do 3-6 Mafia? I feel like we're friends and we should all go out to karaoke because we will tear some 3-6 Mafia up. I'm going to be Jason Juice and MGK. Okay, fine, right? So we all know that liquid coca, or as people like it, scissor, keeps people complacent and compliant. They said Diddy first introduced Cassie to opiates around 2008 and would often have blanks and other blanks in the open like candy. Upon information and belief, Diddy has been addicted to prescription blanks and, well, I guess I can say that, painkillers, and took ecstasy, which is MDMA frequently. Let's also not forget that he said that Diddy's private jets, that he, around this time, was bragging that he had bought his own private jet. Some are saying that Ron Burkle, I'll do another video about that mofo because I found out more information, is the one that helped him with this funding. You wonder why somebody at this point that's only worth a few $100 million would spend 65 of that to get a private jet. Let's also not forget that once you buy the private jet, let's also not forget you have to pay for fuel. You have to pay for fuel, even to go on a short ride. That's like what? 35,000 in fuel, 15,000 in fuel, 25. When you got a private jet, it is not cheap to have at all. I wonder why somebody at this point whose total value is around 200 million would spend almost half of that on a jet that required substantial maintenance. I don't know. This gentleman, who I will explain, is contending that Diddy's jet was used to move around boatloads of MDMA, better known as X, right? Molly, whatever you want. And also that in the Ciroc bottles, it was actually filled with, and it was moving all around the country, and they didn't have to worry. Now, again, this hasn't been independently verified, but take that for what you will, because baby, there's more to this. Let's get back into this. At first, Cassie was given the prescriptions that Diddy received from a doctor in Miami, Florida. Eventually, when Diddy exhausted his supply, he demanded that Cassie procure prescriptions from this Miami doctor in her own name. Now, why do I bring that up? It's one more piece of evidence to actually show that Cassie and Diddy were at that time living in Miami. This man was stationed in South Florida. He did all his work as an escort and a stripper. Yes, he was a stripper, right? He did all his work as an escort, and don't look at him now in that interview. He's seen better days. You know how it is when the feds come. And also, he did go insane from all of this, okay? But he was a dancer and a stripper in the South Florida, Miami area. Again, we have no way of knowing if he is telling the truth. I am just giving you different data points that I have researched and giving you the different data points, because the first thing you have to do to actually see if there's a connection is place somebody at the scene of the crime and make it more likely than not that even if you cannot pinpoint the specific day it happened, because you were consistently in the scene, because you were consistently in that area, well, it makes it more likely that not that him saying that he had access to you. And in his point, I don't want to ruin it. Let's keep going. Hold on. I don't want to ruin it. Hold on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
All right. Help me understand you. Sure. How old are you?
I'm 42. I've been through all my life. I've had a great life. I've settled $4.125 million with Diddy. Okay, but he's scared that I was exposing.
I don't want to talk about.
So he said that he settled for Diddy with 4.2, actually almost $5 million, because he was scared because he settled with me. Okay. Now, up until this point, everything he's saying lines up perfectly with what is in Cassie's legal documents as to what happened and how they happened with the F-offs and the freak-offs, everything. But listen to this. He's talking about the way Diddy was scared and he settled. I'm about to read the super comments.
Diddy right now. I want to talk about you. Help me.
Say you're looking for the perfect.
My man went crazy, and Tisha got all the information. He went crazy messing with Diddy. Somebody might have slipped him something.
Hey, how did I get independent evidence? Again, I'm not going to leak what this person was investigated with, because not everybody, only one person that be watching my mess, doing, like, literally copying off my math homework, since it's all, oh my God, you guys, it's mad, it's public domain. Bitch, get this shit off of public domain then, since we all doing Nancy Drew shit. I did my fucking homework. Go ahead and show your work. But I got you, it's gonna be a little lag, a 3, 4, 5 hour lag, because you can download and copy my homework again, right? Anyway, right? Anyway, this alleged person who was a gunman went from dead broke to a property buying spree in over a month. This is when what this guy said really, really, really started to be like, oh my God. This is when, honestly, I started to get chills in my spine. Because honestly, you know me, I hear a lot of stuff. People always DM me stuff, this and that. Like, I hear a lot of stuff, right? And, you know, you got to be careful about like what source you trust or even like what you repeat, because sometimes people might be trying to give you false information. Sometimes they might try to be set you up. You know me, I'm like a little paranoid sometimes, right? And I'd like to have at least 3 points of not confirmation, but whenever I hear any story, I like there to be 3 independent data points that make it more likely than not that, are you telling the truth? Well, I wasn't there. There's no way I can tell. But there are 3 sets of independent data that can kind of place you in the scene, which to me makes it more likely than not that there might be something. But let's get into this, because a prominent newspaper in the area actually wrote an article on this man about what happened around the time that the settlement that he alleges that Diddy settled with them actually happened. I'm going to read you a little bit of it. I would put it on, and also I'm going to link this full video in its entirety because, baby, it gets deep. He goes into some crazy stuff, and that's when I was like, okay, I'm getting a little scared. I'm getting a little freaked out. But let me read you what this article said. Independently, it said, sorry, where are we? Where is the article? Here we go. It said his marriage dissolved. This was around in 2014, okay? When it dissolved, he basically had a net worth of -18, a negative balance. However, within a month of him claiming that Diddy had settled with him, all right, he was only making actually in his job, and this has been verified by the police, he was making in his job about $2,000 a month. Okay, he was self-employed, and he even went to try to file bankruptcy in the Miami-Dade court. So he even certified to a bankruptcy judge that he only had a -1,800. He has never been involved in any drug. He hasn't been involved in anything illegal, money on the street that might help him get up. But less than a month after this, okay, he launched a buying spree of distressed properties. He spent $765,000 on each 5 properties over a 2-month period. This is according to Miami-Dade property records. And get this, the records show that none of the properties that he purchased, he didn't use a mortgage for any of them. He paid cash. Tell me how the F somebody that before they settled, a month before they alleged they settled with Diddy, because they had a tape of the F-off, of the freak off, a month before they settled, right? You had -1,800 in your bank account. You certified to a court in the Miami-Dade County that you had less than $1,800. You had -1,800. You owed the bank $1,800, right? You know how the bank does too. You know, when you have like rent to pay, they just like, you 10 cents short, and they bounce that check. Let you have rent, but you just swiping like you crazy at like the Starbucks getting venti lattes. They will literally hit you with overdraft fees for what? I'm sure overdraft fees, $30, $40, $50 for each latte that you buy. You be at the company vending machine just some chips, and every time you hit the chips, they let them go for 65 cents and then hit you with an overdraft. So I was like, wow, how much were you at Starbucks just hitting your card up? Because they'll let you go for a little bit amount so they can tag you up. But the big amounts, they're like, we not paying your card. No, we not paying rent. The point of the matter, how the F did you go from a month before? Now, do we have any proof that the settlement occurred? Well, we have this gentleman's contention that the settlement occurred. Do we have any other points of evidence that more likely than not would lead us to believe that maybe there was a settlement? Again, he was in the -1,800 in a bank account. A month after he settled, he launched, and I quote, I will give my sources, right? But since we're all, it's Mod, Nancy Drew, let's see you do your homework too, right? Right? Okay. But he went from doing that to purchasing 5 separate properties at $765,000 each over a 2-month period, according to Miami-Dade property records. This can be verified, right?
Tisa know it all. She do her homework. No joke. She is not playing.
Again, none of the properties were purchased with a mortgage. They were all cash purchases. This newspaper goes so far as to say what we're all thinking. And this is a write-up on his arrest. So where did a blank who was worse than flat broke in August 2014 acquire enough cash in September 2014 to start buying properties with cash? Y'all think there was a settlement? I don't know. He wasn't involved in moving weight. He wasn't involved in anything illegal. Oh, baby, after he got arrested, the police did a thorough background check. So where did he get the money from? Maybe he got it from the settlement he's alleging. Okay, so he then sold the properties 18 months, within 18 months to 2 years for total. Okay, fine. Let me read some of these super chats. Then we're going to get back into the video because he does even more. There's more evidence, right? So where did it get it, right? Hold on, y'all. Let's get past this. Okay, so hold on. Let me read some of these super chats because I got a lot. And then we're going to get, hey, B, what's up? Thank you so much for the super sticker. Tisha Edwards, thank you for joining the channel. Let me put this on the Summer Dran screen. Tisha Edwards, thank you. Valentine, thank you so much for super chat. You said, so glad to catch you again. Great commentary. Always on point. B, thank you for blessing me again. One time, two stop. Hey, what's up? Natalie Maha, thank you so much for the super sticker. Hey, what's up? Y'all, we have the Jaguar White Johnson. What's up? What's up, Queen? What's up, Jaguar? How y'all doing today? Relentless Aaron, what's up? Thank you for blessing me. Said we appreciate your energy and gumption matched with wit and research. My book, The Night Puff Tried to Kill Me, is now available. Also, Surviving Diddy books releases December 27th. Y'all, please show Relentless Aaron some love. The book, The Night Puff Tried to Me.
Before you go on, before you go, what is everything? What did you, when you say you threw away everything, what's that?
My documents, everything I have, because I know they've been trying to follow me. And I just don't, he's gonna be shot at by them. And he's a witness that Ross came and threatened me at my house, post-settlement. After we settled, Diddy sent Ross, and I asked him to go see if that was Ross, and he confirmed his identity.
So Gonzalez, he can back up what you're saying about P. Diddy and Ross and all that? Okay, all right. And you said Gonzalez didn't know anything about...
So where's he at now? And again, I'm moving around. I just want to give you... He said that earlier, if you guys don't remember, he said that he settled for... First of all, he said that Diddy gave him the herp. Now, I don't know if that's true. And I'm not standing by that statement. Okay, I do not know anything about that man's health. I do not know what's going on, but that is the basis for which he is alleging he sued Diddy. Now, we do not know for certain if he won or not. He is alleging that he got a settlement from Diddy for that stuff. Again, I do not know anything about Diddy's personal health. It has not been independently verified. We are not standing by the man's statements. He is saying that as the basis for a lawsuit. He is alleging that he got a settlement. Now, there is evidence to believe that a man that was worse than broke came into a substantial amount of money and started buying real estate. Now, whether that came from the settlement Diddy, I don't know. He then said that he had taped one of their encounters. He alleges that there was 15 encounters that he had with Diddy and Cassie. He described what those encounters looked like. He said that in one of those encounters, at least, I'm sorry. There were 15 encounters, and I believe he is alleging that he had taped something like 13 of them. He had turned it over. However, one of the tapes, somehow they had accidentally either given it back to him or forgotten to take it, right? And he says that that's what he is holding as his evidence. And he says that Mark Garagos, Diddy, and Rick Ross, don't ask me how he's involved, he's sending to actually, he has been, in his words, threatened by them to intimidate him because he knows so much. I'll tell you more of the backstory, but let's just get through this.
What you did? You didn't talk to him before?
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay.
He knows nothing. He was actually worried about me. He's like, hey, what's up? And I told him, look.
He's talking about his neighbor right now. His neighbor's like his only friend, especially after he got arrested for what he did.
Man, what's happening is he's trying to pull things down, but then the feds have been harassing him. The feds. They have a big file of me like this, the feds. Since because P. Diddy and Mark Garagos have been trying to set me up and lock me up as an extortionist, asking for money. It was not so. My settlement was breached, and my settlement terms is one was called peaceful enjoyment. That means that if I went to your house or I did something, you'd actually pay me the full amount.
I get all that.
So I've been going through that since like 2012 still.
All right, and Gonzalez knows about that? You talked to him about that kind of stuff?
I talked to him alone because he's the only one that knows since the beginning. Gotcha. And then my ex-wife, she knows, she saw the contract. She has a contract, a picture of the contract.
All right, you guys. Now, this is the part we really have to talk about. Let me just fast forward and see if I see. Is it getting to this part? Hold on.
Which is an elite group, okay?
Okay, so let me just tell y'all why this is the sixth sense, okay? Because after this, I know y'all always be rolling your eyes, but he starts talking about billionaires and elite groups, okay? Now, just listen to this for 30 seconds, and then I'm going to give you guys the plot twist because it's actually really chilling. Hold on.
Even when you're in a hurry, there's still time.
Yeah, she going in. They talking about more people.
Andrea Britt, thank you so much for the super chat.
It's Donald Trump, okay? Because he used to belong to their side. You understand? He used to belong to that illuminated group that I told you about, which is an elite group, okay, of individuals which run the whole country. All right?
All right.
Basically, what I did you tell him did you explain to him about the message? Or
No, please, elaborate.
On Thursday, turning to Friday, basically,
right.
Why? Because they want the United States, the corruption from the system. He's letting them stay due to
I'm skipping past
due to money, basically. Because they all like making money. That's why they're all billionaires, etc. So there's only there's select few of that run the country, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, I know you may or may not, I know you're gonna believe me. You have what's called the Illuminati.
Illuminati.
Okay. Yeah, Illuminati, okay? They've made it in dance. Basically what it means, illuminated.
I got you.
Okay? They do satanic ritual abuse, which is basically CIA mind programming techniques to their own families, etc. around the group, and they bond that way. The Illuminati card games, example, okay? You look at the game, the Illuminati card game?
I'm not familiar with it, so help me understand.
It's a card.
Okay, so really quick, and then I'm gonna jump in, right? Because he's going into this Illuminati stuff, and I know I'm always like, God, can you guys stop with the Illuminati? But you guys, here's the weird thing. And again, my blood was running cold. He starts talking about this Illuminati card game that they play, these billionaires that Diddy hangs around, okay? Now, if you guys don't know, Rebecca Mercer is, is it Rob Mercer, what's his name? He's like one of the richest, most powerful people in the world. He's not like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk that like literally need movies made after them. He is just whatever. Rebecca Mercer is not only so powerful, but she owns and controls some of the biggest entertainment and media. Okay. Rebecca Mercer is also super, super tight with Burkle. That is Diddy's fairy god sugar daddy or whatever you want to call him. Okay. Rebecca Mercer, okay, I found to be like, what game is he talking about, right? There's a game called, it's a parlor game at Rebecca Mercer's has no get out of jail free card. Let me just get this. This isn't a plot twist, but I thought this was like really interesting for you guys to know because like, again, the one question I had is if this stuff can be believed, how could he still be out there? Because there's only two options. You either have very powerful people protecting you, or everybody's lying and you're innocent and public opinion just doesn't like you. It can only go two ways. There's no like middle ground in it. You guys know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's read about Rebecca Mercer. They're saying they are a white-wing family. Listen, the Mercers are big. The Mercers are huge. People said that the TV show Succession was loosely based off of the Mercer family. They are huge. They are powerful. They control so much media. They control so much for politics. And the godfather of Diddy's children is super tight with them, okay? They said his daughter, Rebecca, who runs the family's foundation, now has a way to relive the thrill of the campaign with friends around her dinner table. In March, on a ski vacation at a rented house near Val, Colorado, she bought a batch of copies of Rules of Play. This is a card game that she actually made. She invented, right? Okay. For an Rules of Play for an elaborate parlor game called Machine Learning President. Now, this guy is talking about they have these cards, they do this, they do that. Keep in mind what he's saying because it's part of the plot twist. Essentially, it's a race to the Oval Office in 3 15-minute rounds. It's a role-playing game, more like Assassin than like Monopoly. Although players of this game do start with an allotment of cash to spend on pushing their agendas, which can include algorithmic policing and mass deportation. Oh, it's not over. She literally said, so she gave the people that wrote this article, this I believe was in the New Yorker, said, and I quote, "Tonight, the name of the game is power." That's what reads on the first page of Rules of Play. Each player, it goes on, will assume a new political identity. Instead of becoming Colonel Mustard or Mrs. Peacock, which is traditionally in the game Clue, okay, each player takes on the role of a political candidate or a faction in the game's parlance. Among the visible roles are Mike Pence, Elizabeth Warren, Black Lives Matter, Russia, Y Combinator, Tom Steyer, Wall Street, Evangelicals, the Koch Network, and even Robert Mercer himself. Okay? Through a lawyer, Rebecca Mercer acknowledged possessing the game's Rules of Play really was illegal. So they weren't even supposed to see a copy and they weren't supposed to possess it. But listen to what he says.
Tisa is on it. She doing straight homework. She is on it.
And again, it sounds a little wacky, but just hear it out and then I'll connect the dots. We're almost at the big reveal. I swear. Hold on. Let's get into this. Oh, I actually.
It's called.
Hold on.
It's a card game.
That tells you exactly what their agenda is.
Gotcha.
It's called mental pre-programming. That means that you predispose already. Once you play this, your mind is already predisposed at this happening. not like a hidden agenda, which they try to make it open to our eyes, but we really don't see it. We're so busy working.
It's kind of like hidden in plain sight.
It's hidden.
I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
It's the black people. Okay. I'm from Africa, so I'm not a racist.
Okay.
Okay, you're my brother, so I like black people.
Okay.
My mom, I was raised by an African woman in my house. Okay. She was just a servant, but she was she took care of me.
Right.
So I love black people. Okay.
Okay, you guys, are y'all ready for the plot twist? Are y'all ready for the big reveal? Are y'all ready for the percolator? What plot twist y'all want first? I want to know, what plot twist do y'all want to hear first? Right? What plot twist? First of all, should we check YouTube and see if the Nancy Drew person that's always like mysteriously researching the exact same things I do and posting it 30 minutes to 5 hours that I do? Do y'all want to see if they figured out the plot twist? That's right, baby. If you go to mine for my content without giving me the respect that you give the male YouTubers, then baby, you're going to have to work. You're going to have to get these Easter eggs, baby, and they're buried. So let's get to this plot twist, shall we? Here's the plot twist. Let's go over what we've already heard, okay? Let's play a game of Clues, shall we? He talks about this game called The Rules of Play, right? And let's line it up. It's the rules of play. He said it's called machine programming. They said that the game is called machine learning. Machine programming, machine learning, fine. But this game exists. And Robert Mercer, right? One of the most powerful. If you don't know what it is, Google it. I didn't put it in my PowerPoint presentation because I assumed everybody knew who Robert Mercer was. But if not, I can do it different. Robert Mercer, one of the most powerful, richest men in the world, and one of, if not the most powerful men in politics and U.S. media, right? Robert Mercer, hold on. Now when I get texts, I get scared. Yes, I did. Okay, so Robert Mercer, one of the most powerful people in media, made this game that this man's talking about, machine learning. Okay. He just described almost everything verbatim that Cassie describes in her legal filing for freak-offs. The legal filing that she filed in 2023. He described everything. Everything. Down to the thing, he described the filming, he described the tapes, he described it. He is also an escort with a very popular South Florida escort agency. He looked better than, he's seen some things now. We'll get to that. He described everything. Down to even Diddy drinking too much of the liquid coca because that's what he liked. Cassie in her complaint said Diddy had a problem with it. He describes the taping. He describes the yacht. He describes where it happens. He describes Chirac. We can see that he was on the scene. He's talking about Diddy. He's talking about Rick Ross. He's talking about even, I don't know how DJ Khaled got in there, but do we need to look into that? He's saying all these things that if you've been paying attention, line up perfectly to Cassie's complaint. A bitch. Here's the thing, right? He's saying this it's not under oath, but he's saying this in custody for interrogation because he got arrested for walking into a building, right? And shooting that bee up, okay? He got arrested for that. He was driven to the point of insanity. And a lot of people said that when he was taken into custody, he looked like he was zonked out of his mind. So if this guy because I'm going to put the whole interview in in the description box. I just wanted to show it to you guys first you know, before the vulture picked up the crumbs, right? I just wanted to show it to you guys first, but I will cite my sources and put the whole finished video. It's going to be a little hard to find, though, if you haven't been doing your research. So why someone that when you listen to it sounds like he's out of his mind? When he's in court, when you see him with the judge, he looks like he has 2 sheets to the wind. He is talking about Illuminati, card games, all this stuff. He's talking about Diddy, Cassie, the freak-offs. Now, I know what some of y'all will say, right? I know what some of y'all will say. Well, okay, Tisa, a random crazy person is talking about the stuff that Cassie had in her complaint. What's the big deal? The big MFing deal is, okay, we've all seen this video. This video's been around for a while. This video was filmed. This video was filmed from the police. This is an official court document about his confession for banging up a place. It was filmed. Confession given. All this information about Diddy, Cassie, what they're into, information that lines up almost verbatim to her complaint from 2023. This was filmed by the police in 2018. This was filmed. Did I break my microphone? This was filmed in 2000.
Say you're looking. Yeah, she got the information. She goes extra hard.
When this was filmed, you see even the way the police officer, the detective is like, hey, I got it. You can keep going. Because when he was saying this in 2018, no one believed him. Everybody thought he was crazy. Everybody thought he was insane. Everybody thought he was out of his mind. Tell me how this mofo described in detail, every single detail about what Cassie said happened in the F-offs. Tell me how he did that. How? Could he predict the future? Was he Nostradamus? This card game that he says the rich billionaire elites have, this game was invented or at least put on the market a year after this confession was given. How would he know that? Does he write for The Simpsons? Does he know the future? What's going on? You guys, this is a taped confession of a man who claims, and you heard him earlier, that they would ply him with bum. Diddy would do all this stuff, make him do this with Cassie. Why he watched and then Diddy would join? He said it. I am basically Diddy's and Cassie's blank slave. That's what they had me there for. He said he had 15 encounters. I think he said 13 of them were filmed. If it wasn't 13, he said at least 1 was filmed. How the F did he predict the future 5 years later that Miss Cassie Ventura came and basically said what was going on happened verbatim? And you can be like, okay, Tisha, that don't prove nothing. Okay, well, I don't know what to do. If that's not enough for you. And I'm not trying to prove anything. What I am trying to do is bring you my research, bring you what chills my blood, bring you what makes me be like, hold on, bring you what makes you question what we're fed, what reality is, who's telling the truth, who's lying, who's doing the motherfucking research, right? But all jokes aside, that's what it is. So I ask of ye, and I'm going to turn to the chat. This is a taped police confession. Remember when I said, I told y'all this wasn't clickbait. I don't know why you guys doubt me. And you know I love sharing tea with you guys. Y'all go hard for me, so I love going hard for y'all. And I love going down the rabbit hole. Why y'all think I didn't even post that much today? Because I was getting my last pieces of evidence. Y'all. And y'all can be like, oh my God, Diddy said that nothing that happened in the freak-offs are true. Maybe not, but I know he settled with Cassie less than 24 hours later. I know he settled with Cassie in the 11th hour, I think on November 16th. I know he settled with Cassie. So at the end of the day, right? We don't know whether Diddy is innocent or not. I tend to believe that people settling that quickly for allegedly that much tend not to be innocent. However, I don't know how things go with the billionaire class because I don't sit around and play parlor games. Tell me how this man, and I'm going to give you his identity now so y'all can know how he was driven crazy, described everything that Diddy and Cassie did. Now, mind you, this man, this is 2018. He had lost his mind. I believe they said he settled around 2014. So listen, 4 years of going crazy and hard living and being passed around like a party favor. I guess it does something to you. But tell me how he predicted the future. Tell me now how in 2018, he's recounting shit that happened in 2014 that is exactly in line with what Cassie said in 2023. Legal documents, I already showed that to you. Showed y'all the receipts, showed y'all the connections, everything sure. Tell me how this mofo predicted the future. I believe we do have one of Diddy's blank workers in a police interrogation making his confession as to what Diddy's into, what happened, and whatever. But the interview goes on longer because he gets into some really deep, dark stuff about the Illuminati. It gets deep and it gets dark. And I'm not saying that everything he's saying is true, but I would like somebody to explain to me how he predicted the MFing future. In 2018, he was talking about some shit that happened in 2014, and he predicted the future that in 2023 it would be corroborated by the one Miss Cassie Ventura. All he had to do is say something, white fingernails, and I would have been like, I'm done. Tell me how. See, this is research. This is being nosy. This is standing on, right? This is what I live for. But y'all, honestly, listen, I know I'm having fun doing my video victory lap because honestly, when I found this, when I read this, when I saw the video, I was just like, oh my God, I'm not gonna lie. It did send chills down my throat. It did make me feel like, you know me, I live for the mess. Y'all know I love researching, right? Y'all know it. I do. Like, I just do. I was always a kid I was always reading Nancy Drew. Like, I do. But it literally, for the first time, made me feel like, when you hear the whole interview, that there are some heavy, strong powers at play. And Puffy being able to get away with this, if he is guilty, has not been proven in a court of law. I have it upon information and belief. Also, what I'm basing my opinion on is a mixture of blogs, newspapers, articles between 2001 and 2018, Cassie's complaint from 2023, and of course, his actual tape confession from the loony bin with the Miami-Dade detectives, please, which I found for you guys, right? I happen to believe him. Maybe when Diddy comes out, and also based off the fact that he was less than broken, then he was buying properties cash around the time that he said that Diddy settled with him. Now, I do want to say this. Diddy has not had a chance in court. We cannot take this as fact. However, what I like to do is bring you show you my research method, show you how I fall down the rabbit hole. Sometimes I show you what my sources bring to me.
Yeah, she got some sources. She always come out with straight exclusive stuff. All exclusive.
But even then, I do independently verify the stuff that sources, like a lot of people do. I do, and I know a lot of YouTubers do that. I'm just telling you what I do. I do independently verify what my sources bring to me before I present it to you, just to see, is there any evidence more likely than not that what they're saying is even in the realm of reality. This man is from South Florida. He is, and the police report does say in all the headlines, which I will read to you, that he is a stripper and an escort, that he worked for a place called the Dancing Bear. The Dancing Bear specialty was when women paid to have blank with them. He got paid for Diddy to watch. He said, again, when I did this, I'm not going to lie, it really did send chills down my back. And it made me feel like, okay, this is gossip 100%. But just to continue my earlier point, the way Diddy was able, if you believe he got away with things for so long, it wasn't by accident. People talk about why didn't Cassie say anything? People talk about why didn't the men say anything? But when you actually go down the rabbit hole of who propped Diddy up and the way he was basically chosen to be the new Bulea, if you want to believe his things about the Illuminati, and the black Illuminati are called the Bulea. I mean, if you want to believe that, then Diddy was chosen, right? Given that gold star. And maybe it's so heavy and it's so far reaching that people aren't speaking because they, one, know how powerful, but it's so deep. It really, honestly, when I listened to the whole interview, it really gave me chills because I was like, yo, like, I don't know, it's just scary. Like, what are you getting into? Who is actually involved? How deep does this go? Mark Garagos has gotten Diddy out of everything. Diddy even assaulted a college professor, basically, and nothing happened. Which, by the way, did you know that Burkle, right? Remember when Justin was supposed to go to Harvard, but he decided to go to UCLA on a football scholarship? And I was like, how did Justin Combs, this is a side note, but let me just get this. I was like, how did Justin Combs get a football scholarship? I mean, I'm not saying, but he is not built for football. And judging by what his coach says, he don't got the speed for football, right? So how did he get there? I did a little digging, and it looked like Puffy's fairy godfather, Ron Burkle, who's financed his whole life and puffed him up, literally is one of UCLA's biggest donors. He had the queen and king, I think of Jordan or Jim or something like that, actually visiting the international relations school that he built. He is a heavy hitter at UCLA, and it looks like he might have put a good word in and got Justin in there and on a football scholarship. That might have been why when Justin was, I guess, not doing good in practice and the coach started cursing him out while Diddy was watching, you know, football coaches, come on, move, because he wasn't taking his fitness seriously and the coach thought that Justin was being so slow. Now, listen, the coach could have been whatever Diddy thought he was, but Diddy then proceeded upon himself to go and try to according to the coach, to try to Steve Stout the coach. He literally cornered the coach in the office and tried to crack his head open with a catapult and assaulted a coach. And again, I know it's a coach, but you are basically a professor because even the coaches in college are professors. All this stuff happened. Not a charge was dropped. Not a charge was filed against Diddy. Let's not forget that according to everyone, since everybody wants to do, oh my God, it's mod. Since you want to do your research, you can Google and see that Ron Burkle but he is a heavy hitter with UCLA, a heavy hitter. I would imagine that he could get somebody admitted if he wanted. I can imagine that he could make sure that people did. I don't know. This is all my speculation, but I just find it weird the way there are so many interconnected things. And again, can somebody explain to me how a man in a police confession from 2018 that used to be a heavy escort and stripper that himself said that he had blank with people in the South Florida area during the same years that Diddy and Cassie were basically living in Florida, and Diddy was hosting private parties at his Miami estate. Again, I showed you guys all the receipt. This again, were we there? Do we actually know what happened? No, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Hold on, I have a few more twists and turns because I have some information from my sources that when I got the video, I wanted to shake some trees and see who could corroborate and give me even more background. So now you guys have the skeleton. You have the bones of what I've been giving. Didn't I tell you this was a 6 cent plot twist? Didn't I tell you? Because again, when I was just like, yeah. But then I looked at the timestamp and I was like, oh my God, you predicted this 5 years before? How could he lie about that? How can he know? I mean, anything's possible, baby. He needs to write for TV because he's predicting the future. He needs a job with The Simpsons. So anyway, right? Yeah, I'm going to read you what the sources say because now you have the skeleton and the bones. And then when I talk to my sources, baby, they put the meat on this mug. They put the flesh on top of the bones, right? And then we're going to move on. But let me just get through these super chats really good. Beauty Inspired, did I thank you for the super chat? If I didn't, thank you again. Andrea Britt, thank you so much. You said new here. new here. My content's fire. Thank you so
Yeah, her content is definitely fire. She do some extra research. She go all the way in. Tisha Tales.
you so much. Kathy W., thank you so much for the super chat. B said that you guys are trying to Diddy me. Why y'all trying to have a YouTube freak off on my channel? B says that there's 8K in the chat and only 1.2 likes in the chat. Please light up that like button. Why y'all trying to have a YouTube freak off on me? Why y'all doing this? Just using and abusing my research, and y'all think you guys don't even want to hit the like button? All right, if you don't hit the like button, can y'all at least share? Also, I have some more research that I am dropping tomorrow night. I would drop it now, but I'm like, no, right? Like, what did she say? Oh my God, you guys, this is mad. This is mad. Like, I do independent research. We just happened. Me and my friend just happened. Yeah, really? Everybody's so creative. Baby, let's see what you do with your Nancy Drew mess. I'm going to set a timer and see when it pops up. I'm going to set a timer. And I do what, you know what, y'all don't care. But I do, you know what? Listen, everybody's so creative. Anyway, y'all. Journey to Taj, thank you so much for the super sticker. Hey, Clementine Yadira, oh, I love that profile picture. Thank you for joining the channel. I'm gonna get to my source of stuff. I just want to show love to everyone that's showing me love. Nikki, thank you so much for joining the channel. Holly said, "You're awesome, Tisa." The yoga preacher said,
"Hey man, listen, Tisa gave up a lot of valuable information about the guy right here in the interrogation room. He was involved, what he says, allegedly with the freak-offs with Diddy and Cassie. And he gave the information up 5 years ago. I guess he shot someplace up, went crazy. But he said he was a part of Diddy and Cassie's freak-offs, man. Yeah, man, it ain't looking too good for Diddy, man. It's just more stuff coming out. And I guess this has been out of here, but they swept this under the rug and let Diddy get through the radar with this one. But by Cassie bringing it back up and getting paid from the situation and more people coming out, they went back and dug back into this. So, hey, man, I appreciate everybody. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this video, man. It's not about the setback, it's about the get back.